go. So we have essentially finished everything that needs to be done for the inspector to come do our final inspection. And but you know what, and I've heard this many times, when you own a house, you're never really done. It's so true. Just this morning I found some spots where in the bathroom on the roof, on the ceiling, that is drywall, where I had missed with the stain. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to paint over that. So that's another task that I have to do. Brent adjusted the spout so it's the water is going into the little buckets rather than all over the place. Yeah, he put it up there and it was raining really hard, and I'm like, it's kind of going everywhere. So he just made it more into a funnel so that it'll go directly into the rain chain and down. He also did some weed eating today. And if you can hear, they're working with our neighbor's tractor, and he's got like a tiller on the back. So he's just digging up my garden. It's now become my garden somehow. And I don't know what Brent's doing there. Oh, he's got some big rocks. Yes, this is going to be a bit of a work in progress. We have rocks aplenty in this area. And yeah, so Brent did some weed eating down front. I guess there's only so much weed eating you can do, and then you need to give the machine a break. Yeah, so he did all the stuff I was nagging him about down alongside the rock garden and the dry creek bed, and then in the ditch. But I have to mow the lawn again. I mowed it a few days ago and it's been raining so much. So along here I do the with the hand clippers, just because I do have like a little light rope in there, and I'd rather he didn't accidentally hit it. So a little bit later this week after work, if it stays dry for a couple days, I'm gonna mow the lawn again. And this area I was able to bring it down to a lower level, and I'm gonna try and do the same over there. Over the winter the ground is shifted, like the rocks have moved up and down with the frost, so it's a different terrain than it was last summer. So we're working on that, and yeah, I just have to clean up some of this rock, so I'll kick the leaf blower. But today I actually have to clean the house. It's been a couple weeks since I've dusted, so that's my job today, and then we'll carry on with whatever else is going on. So as I was saying, there's always, I'm going to stand in the shade or in the sun, one of the two. As I was saying, there's always something that comes up. And this next little bit shows you about some of the things that just happen unexpectedly. Well, the other day, I gave the dogs a bath. Later that day, I had no hot water. And here is why. This is our heating element from inside the water tank. This side's not too bad other than the white stuff on it. But if you look closely, their little coil is coming out there. And here we have another spot where it's broken open. And so we started using the hot water tank full time in the fall of 2024, like October. Yeah, because before that we didn't really have any sinks or anything hooked up to it. I mean, it was running, but we weren't circulating the water. So yeah, we moved into the house and started using the hot water in 2024, just early October, mid-October. And so here we are, March, and the heating element has for the hot water tank has self-destructed. And the reason for that is because our water here is so hard. Every week, 2 weeks, I clean out our electric kettle just to get the white flakes and things out from under it. We haven't changed the anode rod. Did I say it right?
Correct.
Yet.
A-N-O-D-E, anode.
So I'm curious as to what that looks like, but this did the trick. It got our hot water tank up and running again. But we lived in the townhouse for, moved in there 5 years.
5 years.
Was it 5 years? 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, it was about 5 years. 4.5 for sure. And we never even gave the hot water tank a thought. And it was an electric hot water tank as well. So, something else that we need to be paying closer attention to because of the kind of water that we have here in the Kootenays.
Well, hello everyone. Just about to start the final stages of my downspout project. Just have to go from there, 23 inches, then another elbow, and then down. What I'm going to be doing is I'm currently draining this tank here, or this water barrel, because I can't move it. It's full and it's, well, a few hundred pounds easily. Anyways, I'm gonna move the barrel out a little bit, and the downspout is gonna be coming directly down behind it, all the way to the bottom. And as you can see, I've got the 8x8 blocks split apart. I'll be putting that on the rain barrel on top of some 3/4 inch plywood to give it a little bit of extra stability in the bottom. Then I'm going to put an elbow there for the downspout, and it's going to run out all the way out this way to our drainage, which runs right here. So these 4x4s are just a little bit of protection for it for now. I'm going to run a splash block towards the end, but I haven't been able to pick one up yet. So the downspout's going to come down and come out to roughly there, a couple feet from the edge, from the end there. And then after all that is done, I'll be drilling a hole in the side of the downspout for the overflow of the water tank to go into, or the water barrel. And that'll go in there. And then I will put a diversion from the downspout to go into the top. So it'll fill up. When it's overfilled, this overflow hose will put the water back into the drain and straight out to the drainage to go up to the front of the yard to the dry creek bed. So that's the plan. A couple parts are missing, as in the diverter and the splash block. Can't locate one. There's not a lot of hardware stores in the area. Home Hardware, Home Depot, I've struck out at both. So I've got to try Andrew Sherritt in Castlegar. I've been told that they will probably have those items. And Castlegar is about an hour and a half away, so that's a trip for another day. And I can take care of that, it's not a big deal. So I'm gonna let you go and get back to work. Well, I got most of what needed to be done. I came up a few screws short. Screws loose, no. Anyways, what I've had to do is, I've got a whole bunch of screws here. They're all silver panhead screws. They are self-tapping metal screws. I needed the panhead. Place I went to go get them yesterday didn't have any. So black spray paint. I don't have any browns, so minor setback, but I'm not worried about it. So I took the rain barrel out, as you can see. I've got it sitting over there. I washed it out, and the blocks will be moving probably about 2 inches to the left, away from the building, so the downspout can come down the back here, and then down between the blocks into a splash block and into the drainage ditch. So I've got that all prepped over here. and I ran out of screws, so I need 4 for there, 2, 2, 2, 2, and a couple more there. So a few screws short, and that's why I had to grab the ones that I picked up yesterday as a backup and spray paint them. So that's what you see there. I just painted them now. I'm going to give it an hour or two to let the sun bake it in, and then I'll put a second coat on them so they're good and dark, so when I screw them in there's no silver scuffs or silver shining through. But aside from that, everything is done, ready to go. I just have to wait for the screws to dry a little bit, and then I can put it all together, throw the rain barrel back up, and probably cut the hole for the side of the downspout, which is probably going to go roughly here, because this section here is going underneath the barrel, so I'll probably bring it up about a foot from there, just one hole straight in the side of that. And then when I get a diverter, I will cut this section here just above the rain barrel and put the diverter in, and then everything will be good. A little bit upset about that color brown, so, well, not much I can do about that. I'm not driving 2 hours to Cranbrook just to get 2 elbows that are worth $6. I can change them in time if need be, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Everything else looks good. Now I just have to dig out the rest of the drainage ditch, which is basically clay and small boulders the size of my fist. Got to do about a 25-foot section here. As you can see, the big O drainage is going to be attached to here, where we're dug down deep enough. I've got to go down roughly 10 or 12 inches from here all the way to the other side of the driveway. And then this section here, I have to be careful because the drainage from the house goes underground here to the septic tank over here. I think I've gone deep enough there with the shovel, and I borrowed my neighbor's Pulaski, so he's going to be able to, or I'm going to be able to dig it out a little bit easier than with just a spade. Got her 99% done. I have got the eaves all connected, and that will be going under there. This here, diversion spout, I guess you could call it. Okay, let's try this again. Last one, the battery said like 35% and it died on me like 30 seconds in. Anyhow, I digress. So I've got the downspouts all finished here, all the way around. Underneath where the rain barrel will go, this diverter here will be replaced with a splash block, and that will let it run straight into the drainage ditch, which runs all the way along to the front. The rain barrel will sit there, and I've got the 3/4 inch plywood there just to give it a little extra support on top of the 8x8 blocks that I've got. There's 4 screws in every joint, so it's nice and solid. It's not moving at all, and now I just have to put the rain barrel back, and we're 99% done. But this should be good enough for inspection anyways, because the splash block is not a necessity, so we're good. Well, hello. Just minor, pretty much do nothing day. Well, got to do something. A couple little things. One thing Miriam had pointed out, we do have the rain chains. Well, I've got it actually set off to the side. Usually comes straight down, obviously. Right at the top there, where I've got that little bit of downspout attached, when the rain comes, like this piece of gutter here is totally level, so any rain that comes down there just hits the edges and drops, and it does run down the chain for a part, but she would like the downspout to be closed in a little bit, pinched in. So I'm just going to crimp the corners a little bit and have it all basically pull it in towards that chain. Gonna do the same for both sides, and should turn out okay. Oh, and I see Bailey's visiting the neighbors who are not there. I'll have to go take care of that. Oh, and Wrigley's gonna follow up. Like, Stan and Darlene aren't here. I'm gonna go visit them. Bailey, get back here. Come on. No, you come back here. Hopefully this did the trick. As you can see, I crimped in the corners a little bit, and then pinched the sides and ends in a little bit. So hopefully the water will run towards the chain instead of dripping straight down. Did the same on the other side. It didn't look all that pretty, but should be effective. If you look straight down, it's basically crimping the whole thing towards the chain. Not perfectly level, but neither am I. Yeah, it's a gorgeous day. And the dogs already want to go back inside because that's where Mom is. Such a rough life. I am waiting for the inspector to do the final inspection on the cabin. So I missed my golf tee time on a gorgeous day. It's supposed to hit 15 degrees and we're probably sitting about 18 already. So it was just getting some siding done, finishing the trim on the back windows, resealing a couple of holes in the poly in the crawl space for the radon mitigation system. And there was one more thing I had to put on the outside spigot. Can't remember what it was called, but it's a something to prevent backflow. But what I've been doing while I was waiting for the inspector is this. I put up the back wall the other day, put up the front posts and all of the cross beams and rafters today, and I've got the lumber wrap on the top. It's just a water seal, I guess you could call it, and I will be putting metal flashing or metal roof on top of that, much the same as that log shed there. And then once that is all done, I can fill her up with wood. This one is about 30% higher or bigger than the last one. Last one holds about 3 1/4 cord of wood. So this one should hold roughly 4 1/2 cords of wood. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then once I get that done, move on to the garden, which it's not a big job. Wait till Miriam gets off work today and we can finish that off, no problem. She works until 2 o'clock at the golf course. I was going to go see her. Well, I will go see her, but I'm just going to miss my tea time. Frustrating. The inspectors don't tell you when they're coming, and they expect you to be here waiting on them. Guess what?
What?
Truck's driving by. I can't hear you.
Darn it, Aaron!
Aaron heading by with a load of gravel. Anyways, this morning we had our final inspection. So this does not have to stand in our driveway anymore.
Woo! Thus, the building process is complete. Yes! Now we can just work on the yard and sheds and...
Well, and then sanding the logs and putting the roof in the gables.
Those are not inspection things though. We can do that on our own time.
We're completely done with all of the inspections. We finished our final this morning and we're all good.
Okay. So more things that are on the list of things to do are finishing this trench, which is essentially done. We need to get more material to put in it. Brent's building a woodshed. We've got the ceiling boards to do up here. Like they say, when you own a house, it's almost like it never ends. So that's all we'd like to share with you this week. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Bye-bye for now. Hang on. Had to stop my watch because I'm no longer exercising.
Okay, well, this should not take too long. We got it all attached all the way down. We've got 4 screws in every joint, so it's going